is stronger and which one is better to choose between the Geek 07 and the Zhijie R6 is a question raised by a car enthusiast. So in that pace, let's follow the principle of not being afraid of not knowing goods, but being afraid of comparing goods, and do a comprehensive analysis and comparison of the two cars to see which one has more advantages. And finally, tell everyone how to choose. Those who want to see the answer directly can just slide to the last 30 seconds. The specific question from the car enthusiast is about the Geek 07 2025 rear-wheel drive self-driving version with a 75 kilowatt-hour battery priced at around $209,000, and the Zhijie R6 2025 Max version whose discounted price is around $249,900, which is about $5,000 lower than the Geek 07. In terms of positioning, the Zhijie R6 is a mid to large-sized car with a length of 4.937 meters and a wheelbase of 2.950 meters, while the Geek 07 is positioned as a mid-sized car with a length of 4.865 meters and a wheelbase of 2.928 meters. And in all dimensions, the Zhijie R6 is larger. In interior space, especially second-row legroom, the Zhijie R6 clearly has the advantage. And secondly, its seat comfort is also better, with more adequate leg support than the 07. Overall seat comfort, based on my experience, I would also vote for the R6. In seat configuration, the Geek 07 has an additional front-row leg rest compared to the Zhijie R6, while everything else is exactly the same. So in terms of space, seating, and ride comfort, the Zhijie R6 has the advantage, while in seat configuration, the Geek 07 has the edge. In power, since both cars are entry-level versions, they both use a rear-mounted single-motor layout. The Zhijie R6's motor is 245 kilowatts with a maximum torque of 430 newton-meters, a 0 to 100 acceleration of about 5.9 seconds, and a top speed of 210 kilometers per hour, while the 07's motor is 310 kilowatts with a maximum torque of 470 newton-meters, a 0 to 100 acceleration is about 5.1 seconds, and a top speed of 210 kilometers per hour. Looking only at the parameters, the Geek 07 has better power performance, and the actual driving feel we'll talk about later. In terms of the battery pack, the Zhijie R6 uses a 74-degree CATL lithium iron phosphate pack with a CLPC range of 690 kilometers. When cruising on the highway at the speed limit, it can basically run about 40 kilometers, and in urban driving, exceeding 50 kilometers is very normal. The Geek 07's battery is from Zhijie with a capacity of 75 degrees. Its CLTC range is 680 kilometers. Real-world highway range is also over 40 kilometers, and urban driving can likewise exceed 50 kilometers. So the difference between the two in battery and range is really not obvious. Fast charging for both is built on an 800-volt architecture, but in terms of charging speed, the 5C rate Geek 07 is faster. In range and battery, the two are similar. And as for the difference between CATL and Zhijie, everyone can just ask AI directly. In fast charging, the 07 has the advantage. In terms of chassis suspension, both cars use front double wishbones and rear 5-link setups, but there are still differences. The Geek 07's front double wishbones are forged aluminum, while in the rear 5-link, only the upper link is aluminum alloy, and the other 4 links are steel, with both front and rear subframes made of steel. The Zhijie R6's front double wishbones are also forged and fully aluminum. In the rear 5-link, only the lower control arm is steel, while the other 4 links are aluminum alloy. The rear subframe is a large aluminum alloy unit. The front subframe is steel, and it is also equipped with rear wheel steering. Looking at chassis materials and configuration, the Zhijie R6 clearly has the advantage, though it still can't escape that rule that a well-built chassis doesn't necessarily sell well, which is really frustrating. As for driving feel, the Zhijie R6's rear-wheel active steering is genuinely very useful in U-turns and low-speed cornering, with noticeably improved body agility, and its practicality is quite evident. Standard across the lineup is also very conscientious. In handling, the chassis is solid, lateral support is sufficient, steering precision and front-end response are both very sharp, giving a lot of confidence when driving, but the tires on the base model are a weak point, as often the tires reach their limit before the car does. Those with means can switch to tires with better grip, and the Zhijie R6's handling limit can be raised further. The chassis has toughness and texture, retaining road feel while effectively filtering small vibrations, and the overall tuning level is very high. Power-wise, since it's a single motor, it's not extremely aggressive, but it's completely sufficient for daily use, and around 6 seconds to 100 would already count as a performance car among gasoline cars. The Geek 07 has some throttle delay, and its acceleration experience is likewise not very explosive. After all, it's a single motor version, and pushing for more acceleration would require higher configuration. Its chassis handling level is also solid, with good front wheel pointing accuracy and rear end follow-through. Like the Zhijie R6, it suffers from limited tire grip, so swapping to better grip tires could further raise the 07's handling ceiling. Although the 07's chassis tuning leans on the firm side, the level is solid, vibration filtering is crisp, and it still manages to provide road feel without being choppy. But cabin noise control is better in the Zhijie R6. In driving style, both cars suit my taste very well, and if I had to prefer one slightly, it would probably be the Zhijie R6, mainly because of its rear wheel steering, which can't be considered a major selling point, but is genuinely very useful during U-turns. At this point, the core aspects of the two cars have been covered, and finally, let's look at their configurations. The Zhijie R6 has additional passive safety protection, remote parking, and front and rear laminated acoustic glass compared to the Geek 07, while the Geek 07 adds front cross-traffic braking, hill descent control, electric steering wheel adjustment with memory, a head-up display, a rotatable screen, facial recognition, rear privacy glass, side-mounted information displays, and so on. As for assisted driving, speaking only about hardware, which is stronger between Momenta and Geek's 07 system, isn't something my brief experience can represent. In hardware, the Geek 07 uses two NVIDIA Orin X chips with 508 TOPS of computing power, while the Zhijie R6 uses only one of the same chip, and both cars use Hesai LiDAR, with the 07 having stronger hardware configuration. At this point, the comparison can end, and as usual, let's do a summary. The Zhijie R6's advantages are more comfortable seat support, better cabin sound insulation, rear-wheel active steering, and better chassis materials, while the Geek 07's advantages are faster fast charging speed, richer overall configuration, and stronger value and computing power. Other aspects, such as driving feel, interior space, exterior and interior design, and price, don't differ much. As for how to choose, everyone should still combine it with their own aesthetics. From the car perspective, the one with more advantages is the Zhijie R6, and there's no need to say more, since everyone's understanding of driving is different. The above opinions are for reference only. This is the complete comparison result of the two cars, and I strive to be comprehensive, fair, and objective. If there are any inappropriate points, please supplement and correct them, and if you agree, remember to like and follow.